G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome to the budget bike build, the CB250, episode number 2. Episode number 2. Beautiful. Alright, so we haven't got much because we're still waiting on the tyres. They should be getting close.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
One of them was on back order.
That's it. One of them was on back order, so they were holding the two, and then once that one comes in, that's going to send them through. I'm going to show you the pictures of what we've bought, and we've got to remember that don't go, oh, I've got a CB250, I want to put these on. This is what Mark's bought, I'll just buy them. Wait till we get them fitted, till we put them on, because I think the rear is a tube tyre, and the front is a tubeless tyre.
I thought it was the other way around.
It might be the other way around,
or
but
double check.
Yeah, so we just want to make sure that they fit on, then you're sweet if that's what you want to do. Cool. Now we've got some roadworthy stuff.
Alright, so we had some comments on YouTube about the roadworthy items, and one of them was the steering head bearings.
Alright, so the easiest way to work out whether the steering head bearings have gone or on their way out is basically when you go from side to side, it should feel smooth, and normally it's in the middle that you'll get a bit of a notch. It feels notchy. So if it's notchy, that means you're going to most probably get pinged for the roadworthy. You've got to replace them. If it feels smooth, you're all good.
So another one of the comments was about the Swingarm Bushes, which we're not going to be putting on our list, but Mark will explain that for you.
Rightio guys, so what that comment was about is the swing arm part, and that's obviously this bolt shaft that goes all the way through. I've pulled it out on the DR650 and re-greased and all that kind of stuff. I don't know whether it's bushes or it's bearings. On the DR it was bearings. I don't know how you check that. I mean, do I wriggle the bike? Do I jump up and down on it? I believe if you jump up and down on it, I think, and it doesn't make a creaking noise or a clicking noise, then you're pretty well sweet. Let us know in the comments. And because I'm not too sure about it, I'm not putting it on our preliminary. What he said, list that'll be done at the roadworthy biomechanic, and they'll tell me whether we need to fix that or not. Rightio guys, so that is our little checklist done and dusted, added to. Whack that over there. So what we're going to do in this video is pull some of this stuff apart. We've got to check the air filter, we've got to change the spark plugs, drop the oil, change the oil. Fun fact, Matt's going to tell you where the oil filter is.
Alright, so fun fact, this bike doesn't have an oil filter. Instead, it's got a mesh strainer inside that basically does the same job. Because of that, we'd have to pull the side cover off to check it, so we're not really going to bother. We shouldn't have to. It's the same system that the posties run. If you did have a filter, it'd be somewhere around here, just a little cover, a couple of bolts, pull it out, change it over, put it back in. But we don't have one, so we don't have to do it, which saves us some time, basically.
Rightio guys, so before we get into ripping this bloody bike apart, if you hear some funny noises, it's the dog eating chop bones. Alright, so these are the tyres that we got. So $109.95, that is the front tyre. And hopefully you can see that there. And then this is the rear tyre. Give you that there. And that was what, $128.50. So we're hoping that this is all going to fit on. Looking at the specs, it should. Went to Elliott Brothers today, picked up a couple of new spark plugs. Where are you? Get around. They're the ones, they're just your standard plugs. Rightio, so we're going to start pulling some stuff. To get the seat off this was a little bit bloody tricky. We had to go to the manual to work it out. But in the helmet lock, you put your ignition key in there, and then behind there...
Oh, jeez. Does it go down or up?
A push in, I think it was.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Just wasn't
That's
going
it.
hard enough at it.
Cool, I'll show them where that bloody thing is. It's that little bloody knob there. Cool. Rip that baby off. One seat removed.
Yep.
So now we want to remove all this to get to check the air filter, which is behind here.
Is 10 mil?
Yeah, that's it, 10 mil. So we've got to take these two off, and then you'll see in there, basically there's 3 points on either side that just push out. On this side, we'll just show you that this has actually got a broken one on it. Oh, Jesus, nearly pinched me bloody... You've nearly pinched me bloody finger!
My bad.
That's it. Pop out the other side. Look at that. All in one bloody foul swoop.
Look at that.
Crazy.
Ugly piece of crap.
So now, guys, that's kind of like giving you a bit of a heads up on what it's going to look like underneath. The trick's going to be this tank, hiding this part here. Alright, so it's standard thing, a few screws, pull off that cover, and then we'll see what's in there. Booyah! Now that was very surprising to me to see a paper filter.
Instead of a wet one.
Yeah, in an interesting way that this comes out. So I think it's push that in, and then this kind of comes out.
Jeez. If I could. Bloody thumb.
Oh.
No, is it? Ah, it's pull.
Oh, pull, right, there you go.
Wait.
You got to put it
Yeah, I got it. It's just a tight
There you
squeeze.
go. Look at it. Bloody huge.
Massive thing.
Yeah. Crazy. So looking at that, I don't think we need to touch that. That's in pretty good bloody nick.
No, if anything, you could probably give it a blowout with the compressor, but I wouldn't even worry about it.
No, that's it.
fine.
Cool. So we'll whack that back in and say that's the job done. Rightio, guys. So I've just put all this stuff back just so that it's out of the way. We don't need to get back into there until after we get the road ready, obviously. That seat should just pop on. Oh, that's it. It's on.
That's it.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's get these spark plugs done. Nice and easy. I love it when you can get into these and just they're just there. They're going, yep, remove me. Interesting to see what they look like.
Black.
Oh, black. Yeah, very black, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, we'll have to check out and see what that means. It's too rich, I think,
rich.
is what it normally is.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Rightio, guys, so we're ready to get these new ones in. Got the feeler Duvalakis out. Any of these will do the trick because we've checked it up. That is what our gap should be. So if you're talking millimetres, it's 0.60 to 0.70, and if it's inches, it's 0.024 to 0.28. And my feeler gauges have the both readings on them, so we're sweet there.
Perfect.
Cool. So, what do you reckon that was right from?
No, it wasn't. What you do is you slide that in, and then you push the top of the spark plug down against it, so it's firm, and then slide that out, and it should be tight. And that should be perfect.
Excellent. You sounded like you knew what you were doing.
I've done this plenty of times in car parks, so relatively confident.
Excellent. All right, whack that one in, then we'll do the second. All right, so we're whacking that in, and obviously, guys, you just do it up hand tight, and then you just give it a little
nip.
That's it.
That's it.
Beautiful.
That's plenty.
Rightio, guys. So that's the spark plugs done. Now we've got to drop the oil. Now this floor here, if you don't realise, it's on a real angle. So what we're going to have to do is go out there and drop the oil. And we're just going to give her a start. It hasn't been started for. Yep.
Yeah.
Give it a bit of choke.
Yeah, it's a good choke.
See if she fires. Rightio, guys, so we had a bit of bloody trouble. We put the old spark plugs. No, that wasn't the problem. Wouldn't bloody start. I just turned this bike around like this, and hey presto. You kidding me? What? Oh, why is that? Why is that? There's an electrical gremlin there, I reckon.
I think you might be right.
Oh, did you see that light? Was
I
down?
did.
Oh, no, it's not.
I reckon we might be having some carby issues.
Yeah. Pull that up. Up, down. Oh. Yeah, ready to flatten that battery. I should have let it bloody run while I had it going.
Yep.
Ah. Rightio guys, we've got the bloody little Anki pack bloody on there. See if we can get this thing going.
And away it goes. And it's dead. Alright, so it's definitely a fuel issue.
Fuel's got to be filled, doesn't it?
Yep, has to be.
Whoop, there it goes. So I think you're right, Matt. Maybe the carby's a little bit gunky or the float's a little bit funny, or so we might end up having to take that apart. Yeah, so just come on.
Yeah, she's...
Yeah, it's got to be a fuel thing.
Yep, definitely is.
Come on. Go.
That's definitely too rich.
Yeah.
You can smell it, you can see it burning out. So that'll be why it's not starting.
Righto guys, so we're going to warm this up. I'll actually move it out there and finish warming it up, and then we'll get into dropping the oil. So we're just opening up the man cave because we we smoked it out.
A little bit, yes.
Alright, so out over here. So it's sitting there running, no worries at all. But just, yeah, so obviously we've got some carby work to do on it. Rightio, so it's all warmed up.
Cool.
And basically, oh, yeah, there you go. Oh,
Can you see that?
can you point to it? I can see it, but I don't know whether they can. There it is, and he did that without burning his hand on the plate. Oh,
Fuck, I was doing
mate.
so well. You jinxed me.
Yep.
Who puts the bloody exhaust in the way? Holy Jesus. Oh, that was tight.
There she flies.
Look at that.
So how's that thread looking? Can we get a close up on that?
Can.
Oh, yeah, looks alright, doesn't it? What do you reckon, Pooks? It look alright?
Looks good as gold to me.
Yeah, sweet. Yep.
No worries at all with that.
Let me see what that oil looks like once it's all out. We'll have a look at it.
Ooh, nice and dark.
Rightio, so 10W40 is what the bike takes, which is good because it's what we use pretty much everywhere around here. I think it was 1600 mil.
Yep,
1 litre, 400 mils. So what we'll do is we'll put 400 mils in it straight up, and then we'll check it and then just top it up as we go till we get it full.
Sounds like a plan.
That's it.
Very convenient that it takes the same oil.
Yeah. Now you know you're getting the premium stuff when you got little bloody PLE things. Look at that.
Well, I don't know about that. I get that on my milk.
Yeah, that's it. Jesus. Right up to that. Beautiful.
Bang.
1 litre.
Cool. How is our oil going?
Almost done. Just a little drizzle. Give it a bit of a
Move around.
yeah. Give it a wiggle.
Any more coming out?
Yep.
Rightio, sump plug back in.
Without burning myself this time.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, dog.
Oh, she's a helper.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Beautiful.
She's in, she's on tight.
She is in. It's not going anywhere.
So if it falls out, it's your fault.
Yeah. Sure.
Rightio, so now what we're going to do is put the bloody oil in. And while Matt's doing that...
Yeah, it's spilling it everywhere.
That's it. When we go to check the oil, to check its level, you don't screw the cap all the way in. You basically sit the cap in, and once it's seated there, then bring it back out. So you don't screw it in, otherwise you'll get a false read. And that is coming from the manual. Yes, I did read the manual.
Always good. You get little tidbits like that.
Yeah.
Something that otherwise.
Posties are the same, exactly the same. You don't screw it in. Alright, so you want some more oil?
Yep. Like about 400 mil.
There you go. Oh, geez, Matt, I reckon it's a bit bloody colder out here than in that man cave.
Yeah, that little heater in there does a bloody good job. Are you alright, Tom?
What are you doing, you truffle hunter?
That is right about 400 mil.
Beautiful. Dig a dog. Go, dig, dig, dig. Dig, dig, dig. Good on you, you little mutt. Beautiful. So that means there should be only another 200 mil to go in. But as we know, when you drain it, it never gets all the oil out, and if you go and put the 1600 mil in it,
you'll overdo it.
Yeah, you'll overfill it.
More than likely, yeah.
Alrighty. So boom, no screwing down, straight back out.
Barely on.
Barely on. Now, what were you telling me? You found out about the dipsticks on cars and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a mechanic friend of mine informed me that the difference between the full level and the low level on your dipstick in your car is usually only about 200 mil.
Yeah, that's just crazy, but it's a great idea.
It is. It's manufacturers do it deliberately so that way, if you pull it out and you go, shit, that's low, then you're not in the danger zone. You're not going to do any permanent damage.
Exactly.
Or any damage at all, really.
Yeah.
Whereas if they had it at an actual dangerous low level, then yeah, people are likely to, well, bug in their cars.
Exactly.
Well, I need 200 mil.
Rightio, guys. So we've let this drain. It's halfway up the. Matt, I'll show you in a minute. It's halfway up the thing. I just double checked the manual. It's actually 1500 mil.
It's a little bit over halfway.
A little bit over halfway. So we're calling it there.
That is.
So because we've put
good.
what 1600 mil in it.
1.6, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to put any more in it.
Yep.
And that's what they say. As long as it's registering in between that section there, it's all good. So now we'll give that a. Yeah. That's all right. As long as it works.
Yep. That's it.
So we are right to give that a start up.
Yes.
Make sure, and then hopefully no oil comes squirting out anyway.
Oh, let's hope. Alright.
Oh, is that bloody thing?
Yeah, that's come off again.
Ah, stupid thing.
You bloody bastard.
I'll hold that.
Get on that. Oh, Jesus.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Jesus.
Let it idle for a minute.
And it's going.
Cool bananas. You want to unclip that, bud? Rightio, we'll give that a bit of a run. And we'll see you back over in the man cave. Rightio guys, so I reckon that's a bloody, we've done alright, haven't we?
Yeah. We've identified a few problems.
Yep.
Done a bit of maintenance.
Beautiful. So
Can't be
next
happy.
week, we want to get that carby out and cleaned.
Yes, definitely.
And then...
and also adjust the mixture on it.
yeah.
Give it a bit of a tune because it's running way too rich.
Yeah. So we'll go with the specs, do it that way, see how that works, and if we have to do any... So take it back to what it should be factory.
Yeah, we'll take it back to the factory where it should be, and then if we need to adjust it a bit from there, well, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, cool. Now, I had a comment, someone, this is a very valid comment, someone said about, even though we want to get we want to get this bike roadworthy and registered as it is, and then we're going to make the changes. And the biggest change is the subframe and having the hoop
Doing the hoop, yeah.
put on.
Yeah.
Someone said that's fine, but if we're in an accident, the insurance company may not...
They may void the policy and we'll be stuck without insurance if it's not up to a roadworthy standard.
Yeah.
If it's not legal.
So I've been speaking to Darcy. Darcy is a qualified roadworthy person. He's the guy that did the Virago.
Yep. He's down at Elliott's.
Yep. And he said that what they say, because he goes to the roadworthy bloody convention shit and they get told all
Yeah,
the new bits
he
and
does all
pieces.
the training, keeps up to date with it.
Yeah. And specifically with this, what they say is that it's a grey area. It is up to the call of the roadworthy certificateur, whoever's doing it. And because it's the subframe, so it's not the main part of the frame, it's the subframe, and depending on how far out on that subframe that you're making the...
Yeah, as long as it's, I think he said as long as it's behind the spring
Yeah.
where that mounts to the frame or the subframe, as long as it's behind that, then you're pretty good. As long as it's a nice strong weld, it's not dodgy, then it's pretty much up to whoever's signing off on it on the day.
So if they look at it and they go, that's a bit dodgy welds, they'll knock you.
They'll knock it, yeah.
If they look at it and they go, well, we can see that this has been done really well,
Yep.
they'll go, not a problem.
Yep.
So thought we'd put that. Now that's obviously here in Victoria, in Australia.
Yeah, your mileage will vary,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. The other thing that you were saying is that TAC, which is traffic...
Oh yeah, your TAC, which is your compulsory third-party insurance in Victoria. It's covered by TAC, which you pay with your rego. That covers anybody statewide injured in any sort of traffic accident on the road. Whether that's a pedestrian, motorcyclist, car, doesn't matter.
Unregistered.
Unregistered, drunk, it makes no difference to them. If you're injured on the road, they will help pay for your medical expenses and all that sort of stuff.
Not your bike or the vehicle, just you as a person.
Just your injuries.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
and property damage to a third
Oh,
party. Not to the other vehicle, that's like hitting a house or
Yeah.
hitting a power pole or that sort of thing.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
It's public liability insurance.
Yeah, right, yeah. So that's really good. Here in Victoria, that's what we've got. That's
Yep.
bloody fantastic. I didn't realise that until you said that.
Yeah, and in New South Wales, your third party or your CTP is up to the individual. You have to do that on
you
your
have
own.
to do it,
There's
yeah.
no statewide initiative thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Vic Roads does it with your rego, which is awesome.
Brilliant. Means we pay a little bit more, but hey.
Yeah, we pay a lot more for rego, but
Yeah, so we've had a couple, I think, people saying that this bike isn't going to be up to scratch being a scrambler bike. You know, we're talking about the small, thin shock absorbers and all that kind of stuff. As we said, I just want to reiterate what we said at the start, and that is it's going to be a scrambler / brat bike. We're building it for Nay. So Nay's not some hooligan yahoo.
no, she's not going to go climbing mountains with it and jumping motocross jumps or
No.
anything like that. She's dirt roads at best, basically.
That's it. And this is a budget bike, so we could change out the
We could-
shocks. We could
yeah.
put the spoked wheels on there.
Absolutely.
But then it's not a budget bike build. It's not something that
No, that
just your average Joe can do in their backyard.
They could if they
Well,
had
they-
the budget and the time.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. We're doing it on a very low budget, and we're not going the whole hog. It's a 250. It's not worth it.
yeah. And if we wanted to go jumping it and going into gnarly stuff,
We just buy a dirt bike
just buy exactly. Just do
or
it.
an adventure bike, even dual
Yeah.
sport. It's
Yeah.
not worth building a bike just for that.
Yeah. So that's just for those few small people that had that in their brain that they might not have heard what we'd said, just to put that out there. All right. Well, I reckon that's bloody it.
That's another episode done.
Cool. Done and dusted, as I like to say.
Yep. Next week with the carby.
Cool. All right, guys. Keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.